Hello, and welcome to the 2020 update of the Genomic Knowledge Standards, or GKS, workstream. I'm Bob Freemuth, and I have the privilege of co-chairing the GKS workstream with Andy Yates. If you just realized that you clicked the wrong link or changed your mind about watching this, hang in there. What I'm going to share with you over the next few minutes could change your life. If nothing else, you'll learn about what we're doing in GKS these days. For those that are new to GA4GH or to the GKS workstream, our aim is to develop, adopt, and adapt standards-based components to enable the exchange of genomic information. We focus on developing specifications related to genomic sequence, variation, annotation, and its associated metadata and provenance. The GKS has three subgroups working in parallel. Variation representation focuses on developing unambiguous and computable representations of variation. Variation annotation concentrates on developing methods to represent structured knowledge related to variation. Sequence annotation is our newest initiative, and will work on defining structures to support annotations on sequences. These three efforts are being developed as building blocks that can be used as part of other projects, thereby representing common components across the GA4GH ecosystem. The VR subgroup is our oldest initiative and is developing the Variation Representation Specification, or VRS. The VRS defines a terminology and information model, an extensible message schema, and an algorithm for computing globally unique identifiers. These allow variations to be defined and represented consistently and unambiguously. Without getting into technical details, the schema contains base classes that represent variation and locations on sequences, and specializations of those base classes that enable the representation of precise variations. Version 1.0 of the VRS was released just before the plenary meeting last year, and we are proud to announce the release of version 1.1 in time for this year's meeting. In this release, we added 4 core components, which provide support for chromosomal locations, haplotypes, and sets of related variants. The VRS will continue to be extended to support additional types of variation, including more complex forms related to structural rearrangements and abundance, or copy number. Our second subgroup is the Variation Annotation group, which is defining an extensible framework to support the representation of annotations related to molecular variation. The framework includes an information model that defines objects used within annotation statements, implementation guides that define specializations for specific types of annotations, and reference implementations of these. Because of the diversity of annotations that could be made in reference to variants, we plan to use a 2-stage approach where community-driven extensions are developed and piloted, and then used to seed official extension of the VA models. The VA subgroup has identified over a dozen different types of annotation statements that will be modeled with using the framework's generalized annotation content model. The ones that are starred on this slide are the farthest along in this process. If you are interested in this work or have need to model other types of statements that are important to your use case, please join this group and learn about how the framework can be extended to support new types of statements. The sequence annotation subgroup is the newest subgroup within GKS. In fact, as of this recording, it has only met a handful of times, so now is the perfect time to get engaged. This group will focus on modeling computable annotations related to sequences, specifically those of genes and transcripts. A common model will be developed to support this work, which will align with existing systems when possible, and the group will develop a data exchange format that can be used as part of APIs. In summary, the GKS workstream is focused on creating standards-based components for the exchange of genomic information and knowledge. We have 3 ongoing initiatives. The VRS is now on release 1.1 and is available for implementation. The VA framework has been drafted and is being used to model several types of annotations related to variations. The sequence annotation subgroup has just kicked off and will work on defining a common approach to representing annotations related to genes and transcripts. We welcome and encourage your participation in the GKS workstream, and we hope to see you on a call soon. Thanks for watching.